reasons. The good news is you don't need to be full programmer, or you don't need to know how to code. Not all tech career or tech opportunities you need to know the skills of coding. When I say coding, I mean to know Java. I mean this programming language like Java, C++, Python, and others. So what you just need is the basic awareness combined with your own professional knowledge. Today we will cover tech basics, career path opportunity, especially in Tanzania, and the simplest next step you can take. Yeah, hope everyone get it. If you have a question, you can write it down on. Is there a part on the message part, right? Right, Susana? So hope in this session we have medical students, biomedical engineers, IT experts, clinicians, researchers, and other professionals. Whether you are from health sector or interested in technology and innovation, this session is designed. Take one step in tech. So I should know. Also, happening, especially in Tanzania right now, and the start this week. I'm talking about this week. Even today, you can start. So by starting with tech basics, building your foundations. Tech basic have different important tech basics, but for today, I just not in this presentation. I just mentioned even data science. I'm talking about data analyst. Yeah, from here and information system. Most of us are familiar with these AI things: ChatGPT, Cloud AI, Gemini, Grok. There are so many. And even the presentation now I present on AI platform called Gamma. Okay, in AI, sorry. In AI and machine learning, smart pattern recognition that learns from data to support professionals working faster and smarter. And another one is digital platform knowledge. So those fields, they need a person, cyber guy who are going to protect our data and many things. So another thing I can include there is there is the I forgot also in my field software development. Yeah, software development. So from here, basically, you need to know programming. Yes. Though now people say you don't need to know, you just need to know how to use the AI. You just put in a prompt on cloud and then the code appear. You just take it and paste it on your ADE, then everything works out. Nothing about programming. Yeah. So another one is cloud computing, though I didn't write in here, but cloud computing, this involves all the things like online servers, storage, and platform like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. This cloud computing I'm talking about, let me just take a simple example, like what you see these are from a server. People build it and then put it on the server. So the server is the one that helps us to see this, the one that say, yeah, this, you just put in your URL, universal rocket identifier. I mean, yeah. Then provide address. So right now I want to point to this address. Then the server give you, and then from the front end of screen display. Yes, and another one is IT support and networking. All these are tech areas, and hope I didn't forget that much. I think the last one is from my side, UI and UX design. UI design, from here I'm talking about those UI, it's user interface, while UX is user experience. So all the things you see the website and you see, say, this website is very good, it's very interactable. So those things, there is a UI UX. The short way I can say the product designer. In tech, there is a role named product designer. So the one that's just take the idea of the people and just say, I want the button to be like this. I want this, I want this. So he designed before give it to developer. Developer, from here I'm talking about front end. In software development, there is a two parts. There is a back end and front end. And if the person says, I'm a full stack developer. Full stack means you know front end, you know back end. And also not front end and back end. You also know the things in DevOps opportunity. I mean, DevOps, you know, after developing it, you know where to put the developer. So the process in software development, it starts from we started with obviously in our office we start with PO. PO is product owner, the one who has all the requirements from a customer. So those product owner put all those requirements and give to product designer. Then product designer interpret it also information like create a database. The database should have the user should be able to see this and this, or in the database will be those attributes like name, user. So all of this. So this PO, product owner, will communicate with. There is another role, we name it as architecture. System architecture. System architecture is the one who design what can I say? Those like architecture, the person who design and building before building is the one who design and direct everything. Like we will need a database. We will need USSD for this. We will using this technology. Why this technology? Because this and this and this out and discuss with what can I say, UI UX. So for building the front end, but architecture, after finishing from the back end, he needs to go to the back end and explain it to him, while the UI UX, after finishing, directly gives to front end developer. Then for the front end developers that they work and back end developers that they work, after back end finishing, it produces some sort of API. So those API application programming in application programming. So backend produce API. So those API are the one that are going to help this front end engineer to interact, to make the front end more interactable. How? Like you need, like when you enter into the website and there is a part where you want to like, let me just take example, the content form, like you want to give your ideas, like your request, so you put your name and then your message and submit. So during the submission, the backend, that's one we call the API, the one that works for it. So API is built from the backend, then the front end developer take it and put it in the code so that the form will interact with the backend. Yeah, let's go to the next slide. Yes, as I explained, let's look to the AI. AI, the smart pattern recognize that learns from large amount of data to help professional works faster and smarter. Importance. As we know, AI is very important, and yes, what they say. Yes, I believe most of the people say AI gonna take a lot of work. Yes, AI will take a lot of work, but if you know nothing about your job, AI is there to help you simplify your job and make your job very easy. Example, those people who are working in software development part. Yeah, it's just nowadays this most of the startup, they just say there is no need to hire a developer. They just put those prompt and like, I want school management system. Yes, school management system with this feature, this feature, this feature. Yes, of course the AI will generate, but in software developer, in software development, we have this system lifecycle, and also we also have things called code quality and code maintenance. Because when you build things, you are supposed to build things and look to your code like, is this maintainable? Not like you write code which, even if I just going into holiday, or I just resign on my job, the one who are going to replace me, sometimes it become very hard to read your code. So the code is very complicated, and I'm telling you, most of the AI code, they almost similar. I can tell you there is a lot of AI, but there is this AI. It's called Bolt. I think Bolt AI. This Bolt is designed everything apart from cloud. There is this Bolt. What you do, you can just upload your UI, UX. The UI, UX. If I think people who are in tech, there is Figma. Figma is a software that I used to design those those UI, UX, UI, those UI. Yeah. So you can extract the file from Figma and then put it into that Bolt, and then tell Bolt like, I want you to design this using like React. So you can't say you want to build it using React and you know nothing about React. Even if you know, but you never build a thing, you never understanding like those basics, and you never like building your own like from scratch any project. You just know the basics and you say, I can do it. Yes, then you put. And the thing that this AI do is generating you a UI, you put it in there. So it's coming exactly. So what the thing is, most of this board, so I can see if the person build that website from the Bolt AI, because most of it is the same color. What I'm saying, same color. It's like purple if flani. It looks like purple flani. Yani every time I try to test it, every time it's just spray that. So what AI is not supposed to come to take your job or to take any tech job. AI is there to help you to help you simplify and work smarter, work smarter in your field. That is what I understand. So AI will come to take a job for those who doesn't understand their job. They are not really professional, and they are not trying. And there is things sometimes, of course, but using AI, some of the office is restricted. Yes, some of the office is restricted. So once you just kind of getting I mean, once you get the like I take job, you need to know the privacy of the company. I mean, those what can I say, those policies. So some of the companies, they really strict. So it's very important. Because yeah, of course we are using this AI, but not all AIs we are supposed to, because some of them taking our data, and nowadays data become very, very important. So it's very, very important. So yes. Yeah, as I explained here, there is a I tried to from this presentation, there is a pattern recognition, identify trends and relationship data, continuous learning, improve through exposure to the more information, human support, argument, professional judgment, and decision making. Yeah, so okay. Sorry. Okay, so let's go to another part. How to start learning today. Yes. How to start learning today. So how can you start? You can start learning today, tomorrow, even the next week. But you are supposed to be more consistent. Yes. And not let anybody tell you you can do this. You can do this. No matter how age you are, no matter how your knowledge is, you can do this. Tech need people, and people is you. So just like you can take just like 15-20 minutes daily, not that much. You just coming from school, you just finishing your assignment or doing this, you can just take 15-20 minutes. First of all, understand what you want. I say it for myself, I just want to be cyber guy. I just want to be UI UX. Yes, you can just take a look like what the roadmap can I take to become a UI UX. Okay, what the roadmap can I take to become a software development? Okay, I just get an idea. Software development has two parts: back end and front end. So also I want to be a full stack. So what can I start? Okay, you can just taking ideas, or what can I say? Yes, it's ideas from other people who are more professional. Like, okay, what can I start with? Can I go with from here? No, we are talking about mentors. It's very important to have mentor. So you can just take in 15-20 example from my side. I just said, okay, I want to be like front-end developer. So front-end developer or front-end engineer, what things I'm supposed to take? I just want to, let me communicate with Madam Zhu. Madam Zhu, what roadmap can I take? Then Madam Zhu tell you. From that roadmap, you start, okay, I'm supposed to know the first of all, what is software? What is front-end engineer, and what things I'm required to have, and also what step, those things, and like I'm supposed to learn HTML. Okay, so today I just read about a roadmap. So tomorrow I'll take 15 minutes or 20 minutes to really read about HTML, what HTML, and in software development, practice, not software development. Most of the tech, practice make perfect. Yes, they say sometimes in tech they say we don't hire people who don't have experience. Of course they don't hire, but what experience they are talking about? They are talking experience of you building, not like expression. I'm talking about here. I have experience, especially in software development. We are talking about your experience in building things. like example, the person can I just stay at home and say, I'm using this month, I'm taking like 15 to 20 minutes to build like a school management system from scratch. Yes, day one, I just say the roadmap, how to build the school management system, the step, and identify the problem. Like I just say I'm using like Shule Flani is my idea. What the problem do they have? What am I trying to solve? What the feasibility? So you just coming to the software development life cycle. In software development life cycle, you need to understand the problem. You need to, even if the problem other people solve, but in your end, you try because it's your process on learning. So what the problem do they have? You initiate the problem. Then you say, is this feasible? And also you are just like data collection. You assume data collection is not only just, I know, we some of us doing research and some of us, this is after data collection, you're just doing data analysis. Then you are coming to there. Is a free to platform like is a cloud for the people who are liking using who want to be DeepSeek, yes, DeepSeek, and others, Gemini, yeah. Doing that, you try AI with daily tasks like assignment immediate. You don't need to code. Yeah, I finish with. You don't need to code. Many successful people in tech journey just use tools smarter and bring their own expertise. Yes. What the hell? Yes. Exciting career path wait. There is I just try to put some okay. Executive and digital specialist. Okay. Sorry, give me a minute. Sorry.
Okay, while we're waiting, okay, are you ready?
Yes. No. Can you continue? Give me like 1 minute.
So I'm a medical student, and from what I've learned so far is that people shouldn't go to ChatGPT to ask for diagnosis. And it's also a good source of information, doctor, and should stop. So again, using that knowledge to reflect back to your career path is what technology also means. That's what I catch from the session so far. It's like we use our technology, even if you're not a programmer or software developer, to interact it, to reflect it on your own professional work, how your career path. That's basically so far that I have. But also, Madam talked about cybersecurity. We hear so many people being scammed nowadays. That is not only through media platforms, but sometimes even just using normal calls, because people doesn't have that much understanding of what cybersecurity is, what many cookies and terms and conditions, without even acknowledging or reading those privacy and conditions. So sometimes we're putting ourselves in danger because we just simply don't understand technology. This is why it's very important for everyone to do that nowadays. So this workshop go, and I'm so glad that I've never been here last year, but you are. But maybe if anybody here who is the founder of this program, can you tell us if workshop will happen? Tell even our people, maybe for next year, who want to join.
Okay, hi Usna, can I continue?
Okay, we can.
More
Presentation as well as question and
yes,
answer. I just want to to
Yes, yes.
remind you. Okay. Yes, welcome again. Welcome.
I
Welcome.
think we have to slide remain. Yeah. And people. There are, as I explained, let's look to sustainability and environment. If you care about the planet and long-term impact, you can be a renewable energy specialist, environmental scientist. And for business and entrepreneurship, if you like leadership, more money or building something of your own. For a startup or founder, you cannot guarantee. And as soon as you start to use, you have to be very patient. You have to be a wait person. Yes, a good thing are not coming in a hurry. In a hurry time, you need to manager. You can be a product lead. I mean, project lead. Yes. So there is a creative media careers. This one is so. I mean, what can I say? It's so popular now. Be content creator. Yes, you can be content creator in tech. Though I see there is not a lot of people who are doing tech. I don't know. Like most of the people who are doing in tech are those. I think they are most of them are shy or not. UI UX and when coming to health and human service, we are talking like medical doctor specialist, psychologist, mental health. Just turn data into insight for companies. Also, you can be a freelancer. Yes, I know back then when I finished in school, you can work, and it's very good because you can work remote. Though even right now I'm working hybrid, but most of the time I'm staying at home. Oh, ideas or technology. Yes, you must ask yourself. I want already enjoy using. You must enjoy what you are doing. Trust me. If you enjoy, you're gonna love it. And all in all, don't forget, we work for money, right? So money is very important also. Yes, I just try to mention some of the successful stories of the people who are doing it. There is TransMed, leading digital platform connecting people with healthcare services, including appointment and consultation across Tanzania. And also there is these things, Akili Yangu, AI-powered solution, the chatbots, Nana, provide mental wellness support and guidance. Yes. Nowadays, after Akili, it's very important. People are suiciding. Yes. Yes. So it's better to talk one another. After Akili is very important. People having stress, they in their look they are very normal, but actually they are not. They have a lot of things in their head. Yes. Yeah, I think I'm done. Yes. I try to write down some of the opportunity in Tanzania national initiative. There is a digital health and telemedicine program expanding access. There is Tanzania Virtual Lab, constant supporting 1,000 startups. There is MUHAS innovation activity fostering student-led projects. Okay, I just and also writing some of the key events. You can just look into it on Google. Yes, and see it. So and another thing, you can just yeah, I think in Tanzania we have these coming every year, like they just what can I say? Yes, if I remember it, I think I'm forgetting. Okay, so you are challenged for today if you want to start into tech. Not today, even you can start tomorrow, you can start here another day. Any day you want, as long as you have passion and you are ready to go. Uko vizuri. First, you can try ChatGPT with your also studying. I know most of us using ChatGPT a lot. Yes, this one is very simple for us. Okay, also you can connect with Tanzania Venture Lab, or I think Muhaseb Innovation Groups. Yeah, I think every institution, every university have these innovation groups. Yeah, and if your institution or your a university does not have these innovation groups, you can just come in with that ideas and tell your fellow university students, yeah, why can't we start this? Why can't we start this? Yes, yeah, that's a good idea. And also join a local innovation group or community. Yes, there is a different groups or community. There is this Google developer groups. So from my side, yes, I join it. But I'm not very active. There is a lot of group. Not only the group was supposed to be in Tanzania. There is a lot of group in different country that they offer. You can join and exchange ideas with other people to know anything about tech. Yes, and also you can. I think that Tanzania Health Summit happened, so you can register for Tanzania Health Summit. For more information, you can visit on the website. Yes, or you can just Google and see. Okay, by finishing, you already have variable skills in your own field. Technology gives you more power to create impact. Tanzania needs innovators from medical and non-medical backgrounds working together. So before I finish, team is very important. You need team, and all of the founder you see, all this Facebook found, Instagram found, where people behind them. So we call it team. Yes, you can't work anything alone. You need team. I'm finished. If you have a question.
Thank you. Thank you so much for a very nice, very thoughtful, very educational presentation from you. I personally learned a lot, and I believe for all those who are here, I've also learned something new today that they are gonna work with, and I think it's also a very good time to welcome for any questions from the participants, any question concerning today's presentation, or even something that hasn't been mentioned but it's concerned with technology. Please, this is the time to do so. If you have any question, you can raise your hand. There's a palm. When you click it, it basically shows that you've raised your hand, and then I can allow you to present your question. Anybody with any question? This is your time.
Even if you think like you can talk, you can just write on and I will read it. No worry. It's not necessary to talk. You can just write it and read it. And if you feel like you just want to ask me personal, you can just I will share my email, and also you can check me on LinkedIn. I'm available, so you can just come in my inbox LinkedIn, then I will answer it. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm gonna start though. I have a question. I'm gonna ask it. And you have so much knowledge on technology. So from your experience, what's one mistake beginners like me commonly make when they start their journey in tech?
Okay. Thank you very much. So good questions, and hope my fellow Caroline, are you there, Caroline? Caroline.
Yes, Zofa, I'm
Yes,
here.
yes. Hope you can help me also with your answer. She's going to come in with the next session coming. So from my point of view, take example, me have a tendency of jumping from one point to another without understanding how. Like I start with back then I used to start, yes, PHP. I was reading PHP and people say Laravel framework is very good, and mind you, I only started knowing PHP, and I just coding those simple. Even if I didn't jump into OP, yes, PHP, this programming languages, you just setting basics, you go, and then you're going to objective oriented programming in that part. So I didn't even start with OP. So I jumped to Laravel, yes. Yes, I just doing, but yeah, it wasn't really good, and I was lag behind. Many of the things I didn't know, so I have to Google. So at the time, let me just go and start again. Yes, I go and start again, then OP, then until I go to Ravel. Yeah, that's it. Consistent. You start things. You are not supposed to jump and go to code things is very trending, so you want to check it without make sure you have everything needed for the basics, everything, and also you need to be more proactive. Yes, and also proactive daytime management, and also it's necessary to learn from the people who are. Let me just say something. Yes. In this another thing, this is very hard in me. Yeah, from the beginning. I was studying with boys, so they think everything. They know everything. Yeah. So I was finding like some of discrimination, but though this time I don't face it anymore. So if you face something like that, don't lose hope. You have a courage, and try to find good people and help you. Nani kufanya vitu mwenyewe, it's not good. That's why we are talking about having these groups, innovation groups. You have to be in the certain groups. All of you have the same aims. Our aims is to do this and this. Yes, and in your group you are supposed to arrange all, what do you say, mnajiwekea mipangilio kwamba ukifanya hivi kwenye grupu letu tunakutoa bwana, umeenda kinyume, hujamaliza this deadline. Yes, ulikuwa na assignment but tulisema kwamba hii feature lazima tuimalize. Kama haujaimaliza inabidi uiwakilishe kwenye groups, all of us we should discuss. Yes, yeah, from there in groups you learn each and everything. So what you are supposed to do as a beginner, first of all, love what you are doing. Yes, don't try to complicate things. Yes, and you are supposed to be very proactive. Yes, and just don't do anything alone. Alone is very bad. As you said, right now you say like, I have this AI gonna help me. Sijui nini na nini. No, you need people, and people need you. Alone is not good. You have to do with people. Yes, because somehow in the company or the group, they of course individual, what can I say, ile nguvu ya mtu mmoja inaonekana, lakini kuwa na team, like I used to work with a team. Yes, having a team is something good, and you can ask them. And also watch your uoga. Any uoga is not good. Watch your uoga. You believe everything, you can do it, and uoga kuuliza maswali kama mtu amekosea. Sometimes pia mtu akikosea, so unajua una kitu unajua bado kwenye group upo ile unajua we all knows unajua, lakini kuna zile language ambazo unatakiwa utumie, good language, yani not good enough, yani like kuna zile I know there are psychological people, other people are so like why, yani lose focus, unashangaa kwenye group mtu mmoja anatoka. If you are a group leader, ask what's wrong my dear, why you drop some people like they don't kuna watu wengine wapo kwenye group, yani mnakuwa kwenye group lakini yani hivyo. I tell you this because on my side nilipitia, so that's why. So kuvunjika moyo, we don't need kuvunjika moyo here. We need to go there and make things happen. Everyone can do it. We all can do it. Yes, that's it. Husna, hope I answer your question. And Karen, can you add something?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Zulfa. I'm not falling far behind from what Zulfa said. Passion is very important, even picking the niche, because the technology industry is very vast. So you need to know where you want to go. Another good thing that she also said is teamwork. There's this saying that they say, if you want to grow faster, then go alone. If you want to grow farther, go with the team. It means with the team you have sustainability, which you cannot, you might not have when you are doing things individual. And the thing that I can add from that is that you need to have someone to guide you. For instance, on my side, I got propelled faster in my career trajectory by having a mentor, someone who knows better than me, someone who has been in the industry for more than 10 years. So it was very easy for me to navigate through the industry of software development, because when I did something wrong, there was someone who guided me and told me, no, go this way. So that is all. I hope I answered the question. Thank you. Back to you, Zulfa.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you very much. Hope everyone understands it. Husna?
Yes, thank you, Zulfa. Thank you, Caroline, for actually answering my question beyond what I expected. So a key takeaway: do not give up, people. When you're starting your career, when you're starting your journey in technology, do not give up. Do not afraid to ask for mentorship. But like collaboration is everything. Teamwork is everything. I see a hand here. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Just one. I have one question that to ask the Madam Zulfa, because we are talking on the issue of technology in our careers pathways. So I want to know this time around we have a different aspect, tools, technological aspects that we use to generate and to develop some of the issues that upgrade our networking. So like ChatGPT and other platforms. So I want to ask you for the issue of ethical considerations on this. What are the messages that you have to pose for the young generations to go through ethical standards on using these platforms, instead of just putting everything, generating everything from there? So I want to ask if there is any message on this issue of ethical standard considerations while using this platform. Thank you.
That was a very nice question, Madam Zulfa. Please. I am also eager to hear the answer for this one, actually.
Okay. First of all, from my point of view, that this AI things, from what I know, is that every AI has it's better on doing something. Yes. Example, in like in coding. Yeah, in coding we just ChatGPT is good, but it's not very good on our side. So we try to using cloud. Yes, and also they said like in ChatGPT, it's good for researcher people. Like if you are doing research in ChatGPT, is very good. Yes, ChatGPT, gaming, and others. And also using this, as I said, you are supposed to know what you want. Not everything in there is good. You know, sometimes you may ask ChatGPT and say, no, this is not correct. You yourself say, this is not correct. And ChatGPT also say, yeah. Nimekosea kidogo. So, and add another things. So the good way to, I mean, the in thinking for that, I think the good way is that knowing what you just what you are doing first, know, and how to prompt it, and yes, how to prompt it, and sometimes do some research on the things you want from ChatGPT. Yes, because sometimes it may give you answer. Yes, and also I'm talking. Let me just niguse kidogo. There is this other AI that's using to detect if these things are coming from AI or not. Yes, they are there. Of course, they work perfect, but sometimes you can try write your own things, or just took the document that you write a long time ago, which also are not you are not using AI. And sometimes when you put there, it just say it's using AI. So those things are being, let me say, was in a learning from. They are using the document, some of the document to learn. So once you are, the thing you are put is the thing that help them on learning. In the same way as you, when you learn something, your brain took it, and then when you add something, you say, "This." Your brain say, "Is this the thing that I learned last day?" Yeah, something like that. So it's just learning from you. ChatGPT, all this AI, learning from you. What you put is the thing that it just took it as a learning from you. So you just say this, not this, not this. Yes, I think that's it. Yeah, I think Karen is also expert in these AI things. Karen, can you add something from here?
Thank you, Zofa. Unfortunately, my concentration was all over the place, so I didn't hear the question. Could the question be repeated?
Ethical consideration when using digital platforms like AI, I believe.
Okay, so the question is the ethical, come again, ethical?
Considerations when we are using digital platforms like AI, for instance.
Okay, if I got your question right, it's me. Is that the person who is using AI, what should he or she consider ethically while using them, isn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes, Karen, I think that's it. That's it.
Okay, so the first thing that I would advise anyone who is using AI, not to, of course, not to do anything illegal. That's the first thing, because right now AIs can give you capability to do a lot of things, to learn a lot of things. For instance, there are people who are interested when it comes to tech, interested in hacking. So they can prompt an AI to give them information about hacking that might damage different organizations that use tech platforms. That is number one thing that people should adhere to, the ethical considerations. And another thing is not to rely more on AI 100%. Like you can use it, but also use your own thinking ability, because right now, as we speak, AI is experiencing a lot of things that even scientists themselves cannot uh, pinpoint what the issue really is. The first thing is that it hallucinates. So sometimes it can tell you something as if it's right, but it's not right. So if you are educated, then you need to get the information that you get from AI and also do your own research. And another thing that AI right now is experiencing is that it grows very fast to the point that we don't even know how it grows. For instance, when it was first deployed, it grew within I think 6 months. It grew in a level like a child who started from the age 0. I don't know if a child starts with the age 0, but when they're born up to age 6. So that information like that, we expect for a child to learn, a human being to learn for almost 6 years. I did it within, I think, six months. I'm not quite sure with that metric, but the the it lies in those ranges that I stated. So with that being said, make sure you use your brain when you're using AI, and make sure you know the law so that you don't go against the law and do something harmful to the society. That is my answer to that.
Thank you, Caroline, Zoha, for asking. I mean, for answering that questions. I see around four more, like 3, 4 more hands. So I am welcoming Mary Wakanyi, please. And
Um, okay, thank you so much, Husna, and thank you, Zulfa, for that, and Caroline. So I think before we talk about ethical, we should first understand what it is. Ethical is all about being responsible, right? So in AI, we're talking about being responsible with technology. As Caroline mentioned, you need to be very careful because these AI tools are literally using us so that they can actually grow. So we have this famous quote, if you watched Spider-Man, it says, with great power comes great responsibility. So it's like, what can we say? Um, as future innovators, that responsibility is in our hands. We don't expect if you give AI all the, you know, all the data and everything about whatever you're building, whatever innovation you're having, it's gonna give you 100%. Because we've seen some of the AI tools are somehow biased. Some are not even transparent, on how they're, doing their stuff. So I think ethical, we should be doing right when using AI. So ethics is about how our technology choices affect real people, because our innovations basically are there to solve the daily problems that we're having. Thank you.
thank you, Mary. Maybe I should welcome the last, the last question from Ali. I think you first raise your hand to sum up everything. Then please welcome Ali Mombela.
Yes. Thank you so much, dear moderator, Madam Zulfa, and all who are making significant contribution to this discussion. My question is directly answered by all who are discussing the issue of ethics and responsibility. But I would like to further ask one question. So now we are living in the AI era, in the digital space. Even it is difficult to even to judge someone intelligence. So this question I pose to Madam Zulfa, following a nice presentation, can you emphasize more how can we evaluate a personal judgment, especially see time we are using a digital field, we don't meet with people direct. How can we evaluate their lead intellect? clues or some clues that this person may be using artificial intelligence. So how can we evaluate and grade someone intelligence as we communicate? That is my question.
Madam Zulfa.
Just in my side, yeah, though now people will forget to read books, you know. Yes. So from my side, I will return from the books. So if the person submits this, is this correct? Yes, of course, the AI reads from us. So it learns from us. So first of all, you're supposed to go, especially important, as we said, example, you just wanting to know, you feel like you have headache and you want to take paracetamol. Obviously, there is these symptoms. It seems like you have some kind of disease, so you don't want to go to hospital. That's a big big challenge. So you just going and ask ChatGPT or other AI to get the right path. So ChatGPT say you have this kind of disease. That's very wrong. So what you're supposed to do is go to the experts. And also for decision making in a business, you can't use ChatGPT to make decision in your business. So you think that it's intelligence enough? No, you're supposed to be engaged in the people who are already there in the path you are taking. Yes, and also you can just like from when you copy from ChatGPT, you can ask yourself, is this fair? And also, does this sound offensive, misleading, or one-sided? Yes. And also, what can I say? Yes, I think from my point of view, that the answer I will provide. Let's just looking for others contributor that's like Karen and Mary, what they say about this. Yes, Karibu Mary.
Actually, if anybody else want to add, then I just give them 1 minute because we're already 4 minutes late from the second section. So if there's anybody want to add, maybe 30 seconds, and then I should wrap this up. Then welcome another moderator. Anybody?
Yes. Sorry. Another thing to add is, and also you can measure intelligence of a person. Also experience also matter. Even AI is there, but experience also matter. How much that this person will pass. Yes, like experience, like 2 years, 3 years. Yes, yeah. And another thing I just remember. Yes, decision making. Yeah, you can't replace AI with a person ambaye yuko na strong decision maker. Yani also the value. Yeah, I think this is the another point to make. Karen, you can continue.
Yes, sorry, Husna and Zulfa. I also wanted to add something there. I'm not falling far behind with from what Zulfa said. In order to know, to measure the intelligence of someone, you really need an expert in that certain field to talk direct to that person. So when it comes to virtual meetings like this, what I would prefer for you to use or anyone to use in order to measure the intelligence of someone. First of all, when you are having a meeting with them, use a camera. Make sure they show their face, because there are things that you cannot fake when it comes to communicating direct to when face to face, but in the virtual world. Yeah. So through that, you can notice if someone is intelligent in what they're saying, or they're just spitting out words from what they got from maybe ChatGPT or something else. But also, I have a conflicting idea there, because the purpose of okay, what I understand by intelligence is the ability to get knowledge and then apply it. That is what I understand from the word intelligence. So it means if someone even uses ChatGPT but gets the work done, then they are kind of intelligent. That is a conflicting idea that I have in my head. So as they say that it is a mark of an educated mind to hold two conflicting ideas and still function normally. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry. Addition to that, as I just explained to you, ChatGPT, all these AI things are there for simplify work for you. Not like you are not supposed to apply it from there if you know nothing. You are supposed to know something. Then from there, it's there to help you and they simplify things you are doing. Not just like from nowhere you just I want okay, sorry.
Thank you so much
Sorry.
for the nice questions, nice answers we have. Right now, I'm gonna pass this to Moffat Info Admin, and then he will be the one to welcome the next moderator and facilitator. So for me, I'm gonna end up here with this session. Thank you everybody for your attention. Thank you for listening, and it was really nice to be here. And yeah. Bye for
wonderful
now.
presentations
Welcome,
and clarifications,
Moffat.
guidance, and everything that have been done here this time around. And just one thing to add on while we are just preparing for the next incoming sessions and moderators, I would like to encourage, kama walivyosema mwishoni, actually the AI comes to simplify work. So don't, we have not to fear about their use, because that is a kind of innovation that others have been developed it and they want to use. As we want to upgrade our technology, actually we can't avoid from using them. But I think that I would like to emphasize much on what Caroline said. Whenever even we are teaching our students, or we are just doing anything for the students, whatever it is, and they're using a such AIs, what we have to do is just to measure exactly what they know. So whenever you are a tutor, whenever you are a teacher, you are just provided an assignment to your students, for example, as part of technology advancement, just tell them that is one of the area that you can search material is AI. Don't just make them difficulties to find the materials. Give them the truth that AI is one of the tool that you can find materials. It is true, obviously, the platform is there for supporting, but acknowledge and let students acknowledge through the presentations that those materials, some of the materials have been aided by AI. And that is the important thing. But what we are just, some of the students they are doing, they search materials from AI and they are trying to look on the ways that they can avoid to speak the truth that some of the materials are coming from there. Do not, if you are not acknowledging the AI that supported you to find that materials, that means you are just staying away from the upgrading knowledge and upgrading some of the issues that are relating to the simplified work by those AIs. So that is the thing I can emphasize on that. But the last thing is hatutaki kuikimbia, but the things achosema Caroline, let's say kama tunataka tujue kama huu mtu kwamba these materials are direct coming from his or her ability, lazima tumuone anavyo present. That's why this time around kwenye checklist na tools zote ambazo tunazitumia whether to monitor or to measure something, we put the presentation qualities, presentation criteria, so that we can see how someone is confident, how someone is mastering what she or she is trying to present, how someone is mastering the things that have been projected. So that is the things that hata kama amepata material from AI but anajua what to stand for. But the last thing, whenever we use these AI tools, let us remind ourselves on the ethical considerations. In one way, there are some documents that you should not upload wherever you are working at a certain department, wherever you are working at a certain organizations or any there is a policy that allow you some of the materials, some of the secrets should not be uploaded to this AI without any promptly abilities to, because Caroline said something within it that they can, someone can use the weaknesses that you put your materials into the AI, and then someone can ask how to hack or to do anything. So when you put the secret information there, it is quite easy for you even to be hacked in any way. So sometimes you can just take unlegal your department or whatever that you are working. So actually you have to guide. And the last thing, remember that the computer will not work itself. Computer needs guidance from your mind. But this AI also use do or function basing on what you want it to function on. So that is a good thing that you can guide them to give you a good things that can actually fulfill the mastering of what you want to do. So thank you. The thing that I wanted to add and show up the interest of what have been presented there. So thank you very much. Actually, now I would like to take a chance to welcome Joachim Kilas just to take on with the other next program activity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. All we are here, we benefit from the presentation. But there's a message in live YouTube. I posted on the Nicole message, so Madam Zulfa will respond it later by just writing on the Nicole message. But also we are live on TikTok. We shared the link so those can benefit from any corner of social medias. And so we are going to proceed with the next part, but I want to hear some words from Ali Mwambela, just a word of break when you are preparing to welcome the next moderator toward the next part. Welcome Ali to say something to us during this break time. It's your chance, please. Welcome.
Okay. Thank you so much, dear Chief Moderator, and I'm really honored to be given this opportunity to speak anything about this project. First of all, I would like to reflect from the last discussion that have been pointed out by Madam Zulfa together with Caroline Masigara. So it was very interesting for me because I'm a part of positioning myself as a digital user, and I use the digital space. It's like my little business, my workplace, but also my side hustle. So this was very encouraging to me, and I do want to encourage all young leaders who are here, senior staff, researchers, students, and all over the world that using the digital tool to leverage our career professional is a way to go. But I would also like to emphasize more on the issue of ethics and the responsibility of using these digital tools, especially AIs, because the way we use technology to simplify our works, our deeds, is the way we do neutralize our brain to think further, to evaluate further when you are thinking logically. But if you are strongly determined and you are applying ethics of using AI, you will be much more advancing in terms of intellectual, because what digital tools create is something called the addiction. But what we need to create professionally and authentically is not addiction, is adoption. So we need to adapt how we can use these digital tools to our deeds, but also to avoid addiction. That's why I come with a concept or to ask you, Madam Zulfa, on how someone can comprehend his intellectual thinking capacity while integrating digital tools, which is simplifying work. Because in my works, I am a researcher. Sometimes I found it very difficult to get some of the literature, some of the gray literature which are not available in Google, to simplify them into paragraphs that will be meaningful in adding knowledge to the database. It will be difficult. It requires you to think further, to evaluate further, to compare and to contrast it. But at the end of the game, you find yourself very tired, and then you decide to use AI to summarize some of the points. So I found myself, this maybe it will be affecting maybe my thinking capacity, the way I communicate and stuff. So I decided to go beyond and learn how can I leverage AI authentically and professional. I found this course about the issue of authenticity in using digital tools, which also helped me to stand out and to be part of the young leader who are advancing abruptly and but also professional. But also I would like to compliment what said by Mufate President, the issue of declaring that AI digital tools was applicable to my work wherever you present to the professional grounds. This will make you comfortable, but also I'll make you more confident that you are upgrading your professional grounds. You are sharing your insight and stuff, but acknowledging that AI was used to supply some of your point, it will make you more authentically, and people will understand that this stuff which are complex, networking and stuff, maybe you cannot be comprehending simply by using human scale. So when you acknowledge digital skills, AI application will make you having a good and comfortable plane to discuss and sharing your knowledge. And I would further emphasize all young women who are here, you can further strengthen your digital space applicability, but also scalability. This will make you more visible, will increase the credibility, but also will invite a lot of opportunity. By saying so, I would like to submit the mic to the audience moderator. Thanks so much for this opportunity.
From Zanzibar, Albany West, and she's a student from Kampala International University. If she's here, Farhat, you are welcome. And I want to know if Mufate Admin can share the biography of the next presenter. So the moderator will soon tell us who is the next to give us madini tuweze kupata knowledge katika eneo la coding. Pia tuweze kuandaa kompyuta kwa sababu katika next session itakuwa ni the best kuweza kuona some tips. So Farhat, if you are there, please, at your end, it's your time, it's your opportunity, unmute and proceed with the floor.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, you may proceed.
Okay, thanks so much to those who have finished. Good morning, everyone. Now it is my turn. Kindly ask you all to stay with me so we can continue together. My name is Farhat Abumran and I'm moderator for today's session, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this discussion. Now we are going to focus on coding session, which is very important to understand the basic of programming. To take through this session, I'm pleased to introduce our facilitator, Ms. Caroline, who has great experience to this field, which is important in understanding the basic of programming. Can I read this? Mrs. Caroline, a software developer and the founder in Rendota Lab, a digital lab that focuses on making science learning more interactive, engaging, and accessible to learners. Through this platform, she integrates technology with education to help simplify complex scientific concepts and make them easier to understand. With a strong background in physics and mathematics, Caroline combined analytically thinking with creativity to develop innovative ways of presenting scientific knowledge. She used technology and storytelling to break down challenging science topics and spark curiosity among students and science enthusiasts. In addition to her work in digital innovation, Caroline hosts My Mistakes, a podcast where she explains science concepts and discusses various topics related to technology and innovation. Through her initiatives, she continues to inspire learners and promote greater interest in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM. Mrs. Caroline, to take us through this session, I'm pleased to introduce our facilitator, Ms. Caroline, who has great experience, which is important in understand basic programming. I believe we are going to gain a lot from her presentation without her taking so much of your time. So please join me warmly welcoming Mrs. Caroline. Take over and begin the session. Mrs. Caroline, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Farhat, for that warmly welcome. From the IT end, can you allow me to share my screen?
Okay, let us allow you, let us do something here. So moderator, can you continue while we are just allowing the Madam Caroline to be co-hosting so that she can have ability to share. So can you continue moderating while we are setting here?
Okay, all admin preparing the access to share screen. I'm also reminding you that we are having a live YouTube channel and we can share there, we can write message. Also, we are live in TikTok. You can just send a love, you can follow there, you can join us there and all we benefit. But also, if you see some words are very small on your screen, you can zoom and you can read those words and understand what is being presented. But at the end of this session, there will be some gifts, so get prepared. There will be an opportunity for getting some gifts. So if you are fast, if you are at the reliable network, you will benefit from that gift. I'm here preparing for you, so get ready for that. Admin, can you say something if you are ready, if you have already allowed Madam to share the screen?
Joaquin,
Yes.
I've already shared the screen.
Okay, you may
Yeah,
proceed.
I already. Okay, so bear with me, people, while I do these virtual meetings. I really prefer to show my face. I think that's how I usually connect with people. So if you see my face and also see my screen, please just react by clicking the thumbs up so that I know we are together. So those thumbs up mean this session. From structure to intelligence. You're going to know how code powers modern research. So this is how I have structured the usage of time during this session. I'm not saying that I will adhere to it 100%, but we'll just go with the vibe anyways. But this is how we're going to utilize the time. Okay, getting to my background, as Ms. Farhat said, my name is Caroline Simon Mwasigala, and I'm a founder of Reno Lab, which is a digital platform that helps students and researchers, even hobbyists, to do experiments online and simulations online. So I also have an informational podcast called Mispex Verse, where I demystify science and mathematics. And this is what I usually embed in my day-to-day activity, that you don't need to master everything, just learn the tools to use, which tools to use. So enough of me. Now let us go to what really brought us here. So in this session, I want you to have this philosophy. You don't need to know everything for you to, in order to use a tool to do something. So what I mean by this, I do believe that all of us have seen children learning new stuff. For instance, if you give a phone to a child and then you let him or her play with it for a time frame maybe of 1 week or 2 weeks, you come to realize that that child knows a lot of things about that phone more than you, an adult who uses it also, which means that he didn't need or she didn't need guidance in order for him or her to go through that product. It means there's another way of learning that is intrinsic, that will help you learn things by just playing with them. So you don't need to have the guidance of the phone. The child doesn't need to have the guidance of the phone in order for them to know more about the phone. But this doesn't mean guidance is not important. It is important. So you need to know how to use tools. So for people of your calibers, programming is just a tool. So to you, you need to think of it as a leverage, not a barrier. You don't need to know all the programming languages in the world for you to use programming to create a solution that solves your problem. That is the philosophy I want you to all have when we start learning deeper about this coding stuff. So here we get into the important part of this session, to understand the systems. As the previous speaker said, that our systems have the front-end part and the back-end part. I don't fall far behind, but I'm going to expound more on what are they and how they behave. So when it comes to the front-end part, sorry, excuse me 1 second. So when it comes to the front-end part, this is where the user interacts with the system. For instance, right now, you're using Google to look at me, also to interact in this session. That is an interface. That is an interface which you use to interact with Google. So the interface represents the structure, the layout and presentation, and also the information representation. This includes everything that is going to help the end user utilize your system. And this front end is, in its fundamental nature, it is held firm by this markup language. We call it HTML. So going to the backend part, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find, yeah, this one. This is what I wanted. The pointer. So that is enough of the front end. Going to the back end part. Back end, this is where the reasoning happens. The logic and decision making happens in the back end. The data processing in the back end. So this back end contains the logic and database. So as the way we call it in Swahili database, they call something Kanzidata, where you store your data. So with this backend, you manipulate that data in a way that it's going to satisfy what the user try to do in order to utilize your system. For instance, right now, when you are using Google Meeting, you interact with the interface part by clicking join a meeting, and then it goes to the backend where the logic is to process it. During the processing part of it, it goes to the place called a database where your data is stored. That's right. They check, is this person in our database? Do they have account with us? And then they respond accordingly based on what you prompted here. So this is basically how all systems work. But when it comes to the technology used in this system, there are vast technology and vast architectures that are used in order to make sure these systems are reliable and they fulfill what they say they fulfill, and the users can use it without any hurdles. So if I ask anyone here if they know any, they have interacted with any interface, they can say, even WhatsApp, that the interface that you use to send emojis, that is an interface. But in order for that all to be processed, it has to go to the backend part where everything must be done logically. Like, let's say if you have an account with WhatsApp, then they're going to check that. That's why you need to register your number before using WhatsApp. So that is all about system, how systems are created. So there's a front end part and there is a back end part. Going to the next part, now the HTML part. I'm trying to push faster so that we have enough time for the session of hands-on coding. So here, when it comes to HTML, if you have written something in Microsoft Word, you have interacted with something called a document. Okay, so these documents help you write things onto it and share with other people. The same applies when it comes to the browsers. So in order for you to have a document that is well structured and presentable, like the interface you see here of Google, you need to use a language called HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. So this language is used to structure how the interface is going to look like. And this language, it has its own syntax. So for instance, if you have studied, let's say, mathematics, okay, I do believe we have all at one point in our life gone through mathematics. So we use symbols like X, we use equation, okay? So there is a syntax, the way of writing in math. The same thing, this is the way of writing when it comes to HTML. So here, as you see, for instance, this browser, when I say the word browser, I mean Chrome, Firefox, I hope.
Okay, moderator.
Hello.
Yes, as we're still waiting for Madam Caroline, because I think she got some of the challenges in the internet. So you can continue moderating and just interacting with participants, and then as she come back again, you will continue, like allowing her to continue.
Okay, while we are waiting for the Mrs. Caroline, in my view, I just adding something, but I mean, coding is one of most powerful skills in today's world because it allows people to turn ideas into real solution. In my view, Coding is not just about written instruction for computer, but about solving problems creatively and logically. Madam Caroline? Mrs.? Okay, I think the problem. It's help improve.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, also, I need you to be given a chance to explain later how we are going to benefit from gift that you've prepared. So finish what you are telling us, then I want to explain on that too, so people get the time to prepare themselves for that competition opportunity. Back to you, Farhat.
Yes. Through coding, individual can build application, website, and systems that make life easier and more efficient. Although it may seem difficult at first, with practice and consistency, it becomes easier and even enjoyable. Overall, coding is an important tool for innovation and personal growth in modern digital age. Also, I want to remind that if there are any question, if anyone have question, can ask in call message, because I see no one is reading message. Your question will help us know that you have truly understood well and that you are following along with us. Therefore, anyone with question is welcome to ask it via message, because I kindly remind you that if you don't know where to send message, please look at the bottom. There are 3 dots. Click there and select in call message, and we will be able to see your message there. Madam Caroline? Thank you so much. Moffat?
Yes. Actually, we have to continue waiting for her because I think it is a challenge of network probably or something else. But the important thing is just to continue because she was just on progress of having a class on her side. Maybe we can continue with the other issue. Especially we have some of the questions who posed for the last session. Kindly, can we just allow Jackie Mkilas to lead the questions from the previous sessions, and then allow the Madam Zulfa, if she's here, to respond and having some charmings before even while you're waiting for the Madam Caroline to get back again on board. So Jackie Mkilas and Farhat, just continue moderating the class, just interacting with people, and if there is any questions, even previous sessions, just go on with it.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Let's
Okay,
continue.
on board. Yes, on board. There is a question from a live YouTube streaming. This question is from Sarah Chiputa. She said, "Hello, Madam Zulfa. I have a question from the side of graphic designer. What is mainly required? I would like to know more about it." That is a question from Sarah Chiputa. She said, "Hello, Madam Zulfa. I have a question from the side of graphic designer. What is mainly required? I would like to know more about it." So if Madam Zulfa, you hear the question, it's your floor to respond.
Okay, Madam Zulfa, you are welcome. Your question is here. Madam Zulfa. If you are here, Madam Zulfa, can you answer the question?
Hello. Sorry. Can you repeat the question? Sorry, Husna, can you repeat it? Oh, there are another moderator.
Okay, the question is, this question comes from the live YouTube streaming, and it said, A question from Sarah Chipucha. She said, hello, Madam Zulfa. I have a question from the side of graphic designer. What is mainly required? I would like to know more about it.
Okay. So from my point of view, yes, first of all, you are supposed to know the design fundamentals. When I say design fundamentals, I mean you need to know like strong foundation in color theory, how color works together, and also you're supposed to know in terms of font and text layout. When I say font, is which font can I use, like Google fonts and other fonts. Some companies have their own fonts, and also layout and some branding basics. In terms of designing tools, you can start with Adobe Photoshop, and also if you want online, I mean, like there is other tools which already have design. So already have templates. You can just choose a template. Since you know how to put fonts in, you know how to put text layout and branding basics. So you can use Canva. Yes, Canva is there, and also there is another tools like Gamma. Gamma is very good because it's though Canva also has AI on it, Gamma also has AI on it. Another thing, you can you are supposed to be comfortable with tools like Adobe Illustrator, Adobe InDesign. Yes, I think also for more advanced, you can learn more also Figma. Yeah. Yes. That, I think that's
Okay, thanks. I think Madam Caroline has arrived. Madam Caroline?
Sorry, I don't know even what happened to my PC. Just started malfunctioning, so it's rebooting. Just give me like more 5 minutes. I think it will be done, and then we'll continue the session.
Okay.
Okay.
I see hands from Moffat. You are welcome.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to add on the issue of designing, as Madam Zulfa tried to speak out on that area. It is very important because I'm the one that I'm so much interested in designing, and that is the kind of work that I'm doing all the time together with my team. So the important thing, like Madam Zulfa said, first you have to identify the tools that you're going to learn and to use it for the graphics design, including Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator. That is the more useful tools for a quality designing. But also you can use a Canva, like what she said. In terms of Canva, make sure that probably you use the Pro one. It is very important. And the best thing is, although those tools, it can be also used by, it can be applicable while you're using phone, but mostly we advise for the issue of Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Design, Adobe Photoshop. It is very important even you can have a good PC, and by saying good PC means it should have a high some of the specifications so that it can be easy to learn. So one of the basic needs also is having a computer, and the computer we advise those computers who are having RAM more than 80. Although for sometimes it can just try, but it's quite so much not so much good, because some of the files can be with more advanced. So we advise the computer should have maybe a RAM from 80, and also the hard disk is having a built, and this time around we emphasize much on SSD. And this one is more fast learning compared to hard disk. So from hard disk, for example, 500 and above will be enough and good for designing. But almost even we advise on the issue of its capacity, computer capacity, processing ability that can learn your applications easily, because it's when you have the computer that is having low processors, then automatically your files will make your computer to stack most of time, especially on the issue of exporting. So that is very important. You can engage on that one. But also for those who are using a phone, much we emphasize on the issue of Canva. And Canva this time around, you can use the Pro one. You can pay. If you want the standard designing, just remind yourself to pay. That is very important. So that's the issue I wanted to emphasize on the response from Madam Zulfa. But yeah, thank you very much. I think Madam Carol is back. Back to you, Madam.
Okay, thank you so much. You're welcome, madam.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm so sorry about what just happened. I don't even know what happened. They say things happen for a reason. Unfortunately, I don't even know the reason why that happened. Okay, let's get back to where we were. Let me share my screen. I hope you can see my face. There we go. And I hope now you can see my screen. Okay, so we were talking about the HTML part. Let me expand on it like this and go to here. So we were talking about the HTML part on what these tags are. These tags, where I say that if you have studied mathematics, there's a way in which you write mathematics. Let's say x is equal to 1 plus y plus, let's say y. This is just a variable. We call that as a variable. So this is the syntax. We know what the left hand side means and the right hand side means. Okay, let me put it this way. Y is equal to 1 plus x, like a function. So you know that this one variable is independent. This one depends on this one because of the way it is in this structure. So this is a symbolic way of writing math that we have inherited from our ancestors. So when it comes to HTML, there are these called tags. So this helps you know where you are in a document and how to structure that document. So I also added this sentence here to help you get the picture well. Like HTML is just like tags. Think of HTML tags as labels on a specimen. They just give data meaning. For instance, if you have maybe, let's say, a beaker full of hydrochloric acid, there is a label that we usually put on that beaker saying HCl, so that we are aware what that is. Okay. So this helps us in the structure design of our interface. Now going to the next part is the backend part, the Python part. So Python is one language that we can use to write the backend, the thinking part, the reasoning part of the system. But there are other languages like C#, there is JavaScript, which can be used both in front end and back end. There are a lot of other languages that helps in solving different kind of problems. So the back end, the reasoning part is something that you do every single day. Even today, before you enter this session, you did it. Let's say you thought to yourself, if I wake up late, then I'll be late to the girls' event that I have registered. So using that reasoning, you came up with the decision of waking up early so that you can attend the session early. So this is how we reason as human beings. Now, what programming does is that it tries to put this in a way that a computer can execute so that it can help us in automating certain stuff. For instance, here, the example that I've given, let's say we have an age which is 65, and we use this reasoning. If this age is above 50, then print this thing. By print, I mean show it via the interface that high-risk review required. Kama this age, I'm so sorry. If this age is not 65, it's either above or below. It's either, yeah, it's below, because this 50 shows above. It's below, then print this thing. So this is what we called a variable. As I said earlier, if you have, for instance, a beaker, you have HCl in it, or any compound or chemical you put in it. So that beaker itself, it acts as the variable, like the holder of that compound that you have placed in there. So the decision making here depends on the condition, on the reasoning, which is this one, that you're going to apply here. So for instance, if you have this and you want to put it, let's say, in a Bunsen burner, I do believe most of us here have passed through a laboratory. You want to put it in a Bunsen burner. Okay, so you can put it over here, and then because of this heat, something will happen to the chemical in here. So in this whole process, this will be the variable. The process of taking it here to put it here, that will involve a decision. So you have to really pick it up and put it here. And the outcome means what happens after that decision was implemented. So this is all about the backend part. It's what, if you have had something called algorithm, maybe someone tells you that this is the TikTok algorithm. Algorithm is this, like steps, not exactly, I'm not saying that TikTok uses this algorithm, no. Algorithms means the step taken in order to solve a problem, okay? So there's this scenario I can show you here that will help you also to understand this further. Let me use a blue one. So for instance, we are here and you want to go here. This is one way. And then there's another way where you can go, but this is the long route. See? So when it comes to algorithm, both of these two people are, okay, if you want to go from here to here using this route or this route, both of you are right.
Hello. I think there's problem too. Madam Caroline? Okay. Chief Moderator, can you help us to...
Okay, I think there is a problem with network. I see Madam Caroline just muted the mic and the presentation just stopped. But let's use this time when she's preparing to be back here again. I want to explain the competition that I will offer the Egypt here. I have 4 vouchers for bundle. You know, we are using MBs here. There is a Halotel, there is Airtel, and there is Vodacom, and yes. So I'm going to explain or to mention the number from this voucher later. So who is being faster than the other will get this opportunity to win that airtime. I hope we get the concept how this prize competition will be. So once you get your voucher, please, you should raise up the hand that I'm the one winning this and will be given a chance to say hi here in this platform. Are we together? Hello? Say hello if you get the point. Okay, thank you very much. I see Madam is back. Welcome, Madam. Sorry for your internet challenge. Unmute and talk to us.
Okay, sorry for that. Thank you so much, and sorry again. I think there's something that is making my computer overheat, so I'm not quite sure what it is. I will have to continue checking while we are doing this presentation. Okay, so where we left off. Just 1 second. Let me try to reduce the. Okay. Okay, so I think we left off here when, yeah, we were talking about
Very sorry, I see some network challenges. So welcome my co-moderator Farhat, if you have something to say.
No, I will coming you to give us our gift.
So while we are waiting, Madam, to be stable again, stay standby. I choosing here which network here we start with. I was just counting when they end up with 10, so I read that that voucher that I'll be pointing with number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 10 is yes. So stay standby. I'll read the number here. Only twice. If you fail, just accept the challenge that you did not win. So the first number is 1, 7, 1, 6, 3, 4, 9, 9, 4, 1, 0, 7, 8, 8, 1. Are we together? You may show some reaction there. If someone get that voucher, please raise up the hand. I'm waiting for the response. If you get that voucher, please raise up the hand. Hey, this challenge is very hot. If you're not faster, you can't catch it. Okay, I'm trying to look if there's a message. In call message, there's no message, but also I'll go back to a live streaming if there's a message. Okay. A live YouTube streaming with the name of Official Mofate. Okay, the session is there, and I see a message from Ibra Clever. This is your TTO mobile facilitation team. Ametupongeza pale kwa maua mengi sana. Asante sana Ibra kwa kututengenezea live streaming, lakini pia umetupongeza sana kwa maua mengi sana kwa hii event nzuri ambayo imefanyika. Then sijaona mkono, nitarudia tena. Stay standby. Naanza kutaja namba sasa. Hizi nitataja kwa Kiswahili. 1 7 1 6 3 4 9 9 4 1 0 7 8 8. This is Yes Network. Naomba unyoshe mkono. Aisha Bakari. Aisha Bakari naona ametupa big 5. Naomba unmute mic uweze kusema, ongea na sisi hapa kama umepata hiyo voucher. Aisha Bakari. Aisha Abubakari Hassan. Umepata hiyo voucher? This exercise is so hot. Anyone get the voucher?
But she can't tell us, or can tell us on calling message if
Yes,
he
should write something. Okay, very nice. Tunasubiri message ya Aisha Abubakari Hassan atuandikie hapo kama amepata voucher hiyo, aweze kusema nimepata, ili tuweze kwenda na next opportunity. So I see madam is back again.
Welcome, madam. Welcome again.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So I was saying that I've managed to find out the issue. So I think from now we can move on smoothly. Let me share. Okay. We're good to go. So, one second again. So here we so we left off here. We were talking on how to deal with the back end part of the system, which was here. So what I wanted for you to get out of this is that code is not magic. It is just your existing reasoning, just formalized. So with this marks our end of just talking about code, talking about HTML, Python, and what really code is. It's time for us now to go into the hands-on coding session now. The process of writing the code. So this is how we are going to go about it. We are going first to start with the HTML, the interface part, which is this one. I'm going to show you how to write HTML and how briefly, and how it behaves when it comes to browser. So in this session, in this part, I want us to interact with each other. So you'll have to use the chat box in order for you to tell me if you are aligning with me or so if you all have a notepad up and open, please react by clicking thumbs up so I am aware that we are all together. Okay, so I'm going to show you first of all, the difference between what a file is and what happens when you structure it using a markup language. So you see this document here, I'm going to write something, hello world, habari dunia in Swahili. So when I write this,
Sorry, madam, can you unmute?
He's going to travel on again. Devin views lazily, resting his chin on my shoulder. Liam, I laugh softly. No grow back. Everything grows back eventually. Devin murmured.
Hello, madam. Yes, madam. Madam Caroline, can you unmute your mic? You are just talking while you are muted your mic.
Madam Caroline. Okay, madam is talking, but she's unmuted the voice.
Madam Caroline, kindly unmute your mic.
Maybe Adibini, you can help her to unmute the mic.
Sorry, admin, can you help us? Chief moderator, are you here?
Yes, I'm finding the way to communicate out from this platform so she can understand what is going on.
Okay, while we are waiting for her, can you continue to the gift?
sorry, can you hear me?
Now we are here, you continue.
So when did you stop hearing me?
A little bit. Why?
When you told us to have our notepads open.
Sorry, Awabi.
I see the problem from madam. That is problem internet. So, Chief,
Yes, I don't know what the great challenge that Madam Caroline is just passing through, whether it is computer or it is just setup or it's just the features of the computer that she's trying to use it. But let us be patient for that because this is one of the great sessions that we want to hear from her. So let us get tolerations heart in any way so that we can just continue the session. So we are still looking on the other side, so if we can communicate and with her so that we can find out what the chat. Okay, so she's back. Maybe we can now allow her to continue.
Okay. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible, madam. You can continue now, please.
Okay. So, according to the feedback that I got earlier, I had that I left you guys where I was talking about opening the notepad.
Yeah,
so
sure.
So what I was saying is that when you create a document like this, it can be opened via the browser, and this is how it gets opened. You see it looking like this. Can you see here? Hello world. So this shows you that it is a document that is displayed in the browser. So in order for you to put it in a way that it's appealing to your users, in order to use it as an interface, you have to write in a language that the browser can process it as HTML. So in order for you to do that, there is a syntax that you need to follow based on HTML, and also this extension you see here up here, it is written .txt, it has to be .html. I hope we are all clear there. Please react by clicking thumbs up. Are we together? Okay. So in order now to use HTML to structure this, then we are going to save this as a .html file. So how to save this as a .html file is just we're going to paint here and put an extension of .html. .html, it has to be a dot in order that it goes according to how it is going to be interpreted with the browser. So if you open this, it has also even started to modify the way it appears in the browser. So in order for you now to manipulate this file here, the way you manipulate the Microsoft Word, the way you write documents, you put headings, you put other things from the graphical user interface, in this HTML, you have to use their syntax. So I'm not going to teach you the whole syntax today, but there are few things that you need to know. It has a heading part where it is up here, and the body here where you can write what you want to be viewed by your user. So in order for the browser to know if the document is an HTML and treat it as HTML, this is what you're supposed to put inside to tell that the browser engine that this document type is HTML. So you have to treat it as HTML. Now, once you know that once the browser knows that this document is HTML, what next? So you have to define where that HTML starts and where it ends. So this is what they call tags. Sorry. This is what they call tags. So everything that you want to be treated as HTML has to be inside here, inside these two tags. So in here, there is a heading, a head part. Okay, and there is also a body part. A body part is just like in Microsoft Word, you have the header, and then you go in the body where you write all the important things that you want people to see. So here is the body part. So for now, I'm just going to write this hello world inside here so that you can see how it appears, how it gets structured when it comes to HTML. So here I'm going to write the heading. This is a tag. in order for you to learn these tags and to write like this, you need to either play with the syntax often by just going to websites like W3 School, where you practice while you learn. But also, if you have your other way of learning things, you can utilize that also. So once I save this as .html, when I go to the browser, you'll see that it is going to structure it. Like for here, it has increased its font size. Also, it has make it bold. That is how we structure. So another thing that will help you see the difference, I'm going to put other things here. Let's see, tab. I'm going to put this as the second heading. This will help you know how it gets structured and how it looks like. Sorry, let me put it over here. And then there is something called a paragraph. So this is going to show you how browser manipulates these tags in order to give you what you tell it to do using this syntax. So once I'm done there, I save it. When I go to refresh the browser, you see how it structures it. So the wordings are still in bold format, but the paragraph is written in a different thing. So you used this syntax to tell the browser how to display your document. So all these interfaces that you see, their fundamental part is HTML. But there are other languages that complement this HTML so as it looks more appealing to users, like CSS, where you stylize this document, make it look more bubbly. And then there is JavaScript that helps in animating, so as when a user clicks maybe on a button that you put on your interface, what will happen? That is JavaScript helping it in order to make it useful to the user. So are we together? Have you been able to follow through? If anyone is experiencing issues, maybe in the way that they cannot follow through or create this document, please use the chat to inform me so that we align, because this is all about HTML. So silence means we are all aligned. I'm going to also show you something, a website that will help you to get deep syntaxes, like W3 School. It helps you also with interactive learning, excuse me. So you practice while doing it. So this will really help you. This side, I'm going to put this side on the chat so that you can be able to follow through even after this session. So I see a hand raised from Awibi. Welcome.
Okay, I lose the follow-up from how do you made the web page of handcode.html. How does that come?
Come again?
How do you make the handcode.html before we starting the Python and the...
Okay, if I understood you correctly, is that you're asking how I created this document of hands-on coding, is it? Sorry, are we be?
Yes.
Okay, so in order to create this document, let me just, you can either click here, right click on your desktop and go to, and go to new, and then you choose a text document. You can use this text document to create, or you can come right here and click Notepad. This also will help you in creating the document. But as I say, this is just a text document. In order for you to get it as a document that a browser can process as an interface, you have to put it with an extension .html. So .html, .txt, these are extensions that really helps the computer know what kind of document what kind of document it is and how to open it. So the same applies to the browser. If you put it with .html, using its own compilers and interpreters, it gets to know what this really is. If it is HTML, to pass it as HTML. Is that clear?
Yes. Yes.
Has anyone managed to follow through, write this code, and also see what happened on the browser? Please react by just clicking the thumbs up so that I know it was fruitful. Anyone? Okay, I see Michael. So for those who weren't able to write this and also see it on our screen, I can just copy paste it on the chat so that on your own time you can be able to copy paste it on a document, convert that document to HTML, and see what happens in the browser. So with that being said, this makes us finish the front-end part of the hands-on coding. Now we go to the back-end part. This is where the logics get handled. So in this back-end part, of course, we're going to use Python. We're going to do a little bit of decision-making algorithm, so as we know how it really works. And if you are able to use these tools here, either retweet.com or programmist.com, it will be very fruitful for you because you'll be able to go around programmist.com. Programmist.com, you'll be able to go along and do what I will be doing. So this is the link. Please, if you are able to go straight to this link, react by clicking the thumbs up. This link called programmist.com. I see Mofate. Anyone else who was able to visit this link? If you are facing any difficulties, please just raise your hand or share what you're experiencing via the chat box. Anyone else who is able to visit these programs? Okay, I only see 2 people. Anyone else? Programmist.com. Okay, I'll continue this session. So here is where you do use your logic thinking and convert it in a way that a compiler or a computer might understand. So for instance, this morning, before you came to this session, there is a decision that you made to either wake up early or wake up late. So we can simulate that using Python right now. and see how that decision, how we made that decision, and what the outcome of that decision came to be. So when it comes to Python, there are a few things that you need to know. It uses things called variables. It uses things called functions. All of these are based on the syntax. So in order for you to get deep and understand this syntax, you need to play with this Python and also get more information through this website called Python website. This is where everything you want to know about Python is. So starting, as we said earlier, a variable is something that you use to put something. It's like a container that contains either a fluid that you have put. For instance, the example of a beaker that I used earlier. You can use maybe a beaker to store liquid, or you can use a beaker to put solid compound. So now I'm going to write a simple one. Let's say the variable is Ellie. So I'm going to define this variable. Let's say variable Ellie. Sorry. Variable Ali. So I'm going to put a condition here. If wait a minute, where did I put it? Yeah, okay, if variable is equal to Ellie, this is what we call a condition. If variable is Ellie, then what you need to do is print I will be Ali to the event. Else print I will be late. So we are going to run this. We're going to run this right now here. So the decision making here is like this. If I was Ali, it's going to be I will be Ali to the event. This is what is supposed to be printed. Else I'll be late. So once I run this, what the compiler does, it checks first is the syntax correct. If it is correct, then it's going to execute this condition here. So since this condition here is Ali, and I say this, if this equals Ali, the output became this one. For instance, if I remove this semicolon, which indicates the indentation, if I run this, the compiler, the interpreter, excuse me, will tell me that this is not right. There is an expected semicolon, double colon, that is supposed to be here in line 8. But this is just the way to see how you reason. If you want to interact, for instance, with an external user, so you need to ask the user to input something, like to insert something in order for your decision tree here to arrive to a conclusion. In order to do that, there's this function called input, where you... Sorry guys, I'm facing again the technical issue.
Okay, well, we are waiting for you, but I would like to remind you that the time is limited.
Yeah. Okay. Sure thing. Thank you. So while I'm waiting for the computer to be back up, please, I'm welcoming questions. If you had any difficulty in accessing the platform that I requested you people to access, please, you can communicate through the chat. If you have other questions apart from that, you can also use it to ask questions.
Okay, anyone with any question? Any question, raise your hand, please. I can see the hand from Moffat. You're welcome, Moffat.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, more appreciations should go to Madam Caroline Masigala for a nice and huge presentation. And actually, I was looking the way I can cope with some of the issues happening here. Although I felt some complicity on how to write and how to engage on it, but I'm just trying to align with it. But one more question that I want to ask is, in order to be good and to gain much understanding on this HTML and how it is applicable wherever it is, how should I, to what extent I have to put efforts and how I can get more knowledge on this? Is there any website that are dealing with this kind of trainings? Is there any forums that I can get in touch so that I can use my time to get more knowledge on this apart from here? So that is my question.
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. But I think I got two questions. I had like two questions. First of all, how fast you can grasp this programming, and also the other question is the website or materials where you can learn programming. So first of all, the first question, that depends on you. It is biased depending on how your brain works. So there are people who master programming very easily because of how they have conditioned themselves. But the normal flow is that once you play with programming frequently by just interacting with programming, solving people's problems, that's how you quickly you get to master programming. But it solely depends on your mental ability. And when it comes to the resources, yeah, there are multiple resources online where you can learn programming. You can use YouTube. It's a very great source for you to learn. Also, you can use website, for instance, like Python or other languages that you're trying to learn. And another great tool is artificial intelligence. And so artificial intelligence helps people do something called vibe coding, where you are able to create a product within a very short period of time. So if you're a smart person, you can use that in order to know the basic structure of something that you want to create, and also to bootstrap faster, because once you create a product, maybe the vibe code the product using Python, you get to know what parts are there. Using AI, you get to know what parts are there within that product. So when it comes for you to create another product, you know where to start. You know that there is a backend. When it comes to databases, you know what to choose, because when you vibe code or when you use AI, it also tells you why it uses the technology it uses based on your prompt. So I think that answered your question. Did it answer your question? Mofati?
Yes, sure, Chief. Sure.
Okay, I'm back online. So I wrote that code, but it's instead of me repeating, let me just copy what I already wrote. I think it's so that we go with time. Python XML hands-on. So I think here, this part, I copied something like this. I was about to tell you how to prompt the user to enter a value. Let's say here, and for us here, we said, I wanted us to go with this way. Variable, okay. For the sake of time, let us just go with the way I've already written so as you can grasp what I'm saying. So the reason of using this input function is for us to prompt user to insert something so that based on what we have written, based on the decision tree we have written, to know the outcome that the user will use. For instance here, if we write fever, then this will get printed. If we write something else gets printed. Excuse me, fever. So it shows that these two get printed. So based on the input that the user has entered and the logic that we have written, we have come to realize that when this value is entered by the user, we get something, the output. So this output comes from our decision. If I write something else, let's say 3, I'm expecting something to come out of this, but which is not this one. Let's go, sorry, Z. Then you run it and then put 3 here. It's taking time.
Okay, well, we continue. I noted that the audience is not asking any questions. It seems to be some people are asking the question. If you don't have question, please just send hi in the message box. We can know that you are still with us. Okay, madam. Guys, are you?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, I think so. It's problem.
Okay.
Moderator, are you here?
Now I think I'm back.
Okay.
So let's continue so that we finalize the section in time, and excuse my network issues and my devices issues. Okay, so I left it bit here where I was saying that if we run this program and then we put value that is not fever, so we're expecting something else to happen. If we put a value of 3, let's say, and then run the program, sorry, if we put the value of 3 and press enter, it prints something that is not what was printed earlier. It prints this one. So based on this decision tree, we have managed to accept, based on this algorithm here, we have managed to accept an input from the user, and also based on the fundamentals of programming. So when you see big systems, they are all using this kind of algorithms under the hood. They might write it in a different way. They might use something else that is not if else, but these also are part of what makes up an algorithm. So this is for the Python part. And that marks the end of our hands-on coding session. So there is these parts of multivariable, of which I can copy this on the chart so that you can also be able to replicate this part on your end and also play around with it so that you get to grasp more on programming. I will copy here once the chart opens up. Okay. So the next part here is how now we can use it, we can go to leverage over mastery. So the thing is this, there are a lot of languages out there that can solve the same problem or different problems. There is C#, there is Python, there is JavaScript, Rust, etc. But all of them, they have their purpose. So you, as someone who is learning to code, how can you be able to write in any language at any time that you are supposed to utilize a language? For instance, I can use example of myself. I am a C# developer. Like, I write code using C# often, but I needed to utilize Python in order for me to create a tool. So how was I able to do Python within a short period of time? Meanwhile, I didn't study Python. And I have always been coding using C#. The thing is this, we as human beings, we have the ability to use the knowledge base that we already have to apply it to something that we want to learn. So I use the knowledge that I already have when it comes to programming, C#, and then in my head, I converted what I wanted to do using C#, and then try to find ways to replicate that using Python. Why do I say this? Right now, you can be a doctor or an engineer or any career you can be in. You can utilize the knowledge that you already have in order for you to do programming. So let's say you are a doctor. There is a pattern that you have already mastered when it comes to learning things. You can utilize those patterns and see how to master these different languages. Let's say, for example, you have already studied mathematics in one point of your life. Now you can use that pattern in order for you to understand Python. So the basics are for you, first of all, to know what problem you're trying to solve. If you want to automate something, what is that thing that you want to automate and why? Once you know what thing you want to automate, think logically on how you would have implemented it without a computer. And once you are able to do that, then you can utilize tools like Google or AI to see how you can go about implementing it using computers so that everyone can get access to it anywhere. So
As I said here, you need to identify the problem and then choose the right tool. The keyword here is tool. Programming to you is tool. If you're not trying to be someone who creates languages for programming. So if you're a doctor, if you're a technician, if you're a clinician, anyone who has a different expertise and wants to use this tool as something to automate a solution, then to you, programming is just a tool. You don't need to know everything in programming for you to use it to create the solution you want. So you just use what you need. This technology is running very fast. It is expanding very fast. And for the only way for you to catch up is for you to just use what you really need. For instance, when you were in school, or if you're in school right now and you have used calculator at one point, you don't know everything that a calculator does. But when you want to do what you want to do, you use it. Use the calculator, for instance, even to try do probability. But you don't know even how to do differentiation or integration in the calculator. The same applies to programming. So you don't have to know everything in programming in order for you to leverage what you can do with it. So with that being said, this takes me to the next slide, where I use this mentality, okay, a way of thinking, in order for me to build a product that helps researchers in researching, in doing experiments, researchers, students, and even hobbyists, people who have passion in science. It's called RAINOLab. So I created this using C#. As I said earlier, that it is a tool that it is the language that I usually use in my day-to-day activity. But there was a point where I needed to create an AI assistant, a lab assistant that will assist my users, the users of the system, RAINOLab users, to understand the experiment. For that, as we all know right now, the language that is mainly used by people when it comes to machine learning to artificial intelligence is Python. So I had to adapt to Python. And because of the mentality that I said earlier, that you don't have to know everything in order for you to implement a solution using programming, I managed to create the assistant, and that helped me to go from structure to intelligence, which was the sole purpose of this coding session. So it contains interactive simulations, the experiments. It also responds to it responds intelligently, and it is designed for scientists and researchers. Okay. I'm going to showcase here what it's all about. If we are together, please react by putting thumbs up. I hope I was audible. Okay, so this is the tool called RAINOLab, where you interact with the system to do experiments. So you can try without someone who's interested in physics. You can use this tool. For instance, here you can go to the electromagnetic fields. So for here, there are different ways in which you can see what this experiment is all about. For instance, you can use 2D version for you to access and see what happens with the charges, okay? Or you can go to 3D version where you manipulate the charges and see, for instance, if I increase the charge and it becomes positive, it means they're going to repel each other. So you see this while you are manipulating the lab environment. So the good thing about this is you have an assistant here who you can ask it to walk you through different things. And this assistant is going to
respond to you based on the questions that you asked. For instance, it wrote a lot of things, but maybe I find it very difficult to read all of them. I can just ask the AI, please be succinct so that I can comprehend, because I'm lazy to read. I can comprehend so that they can summarize. It can summarize all these variables here. So it helps me understand the charges, whatever is written here, and the next step, what to do. So this is in the structured part, chemistry part. There is even the titration. So this is the 2D environment, but if you go to the 3D, you can do much more. You can pour acid. For instance, when you pour acid here in the titration, after some time, if the acid could be corrosive in the real environment, it tells you here that it's extremely acidic. So this helps you to do even those life-threatening experiments without any implications, just for the testing before you go to the real life scenario. And then there is something called an open lab, which doesn't limit you on what experiment you want to do. So for instance, here you can put a beaker, you can put a Bunsen burner, and also you can put a tripod stand where you can simulate an experiment. So for instance, here in the beaker, you can click it and put maybe hydrochloric acid. Okay? Once it is in here, it will tell you that hydrochloric acid is here. So if you hover, it tells you you have 50 milliliter of hydrochloric acid. So you can light this Bunsen burner. Sorry. You can light this Bunsen burner and put the tripod stand so that you can heat this beaker, and then the temperature here, it shows what is happening. So at the meantime, you can even try to put this aside, switch off the Bunsen burner, try to put any acid that you want to put. You're just mixing things to know what will happen, and then you can ask the AI to simulate what will happen once this is mixed. So while the AI is simulating, you can interact with the lab assistant here to ask it on anything else. Just ask maybe, is this safe to do in a real lab? Then Rex AI Lab, it will advise you if this is viable when it comes to real life. So it tells you, okay, our experiment here is done. Now it shows you what will happen with that reaction. So it even shows you if it's something that it's going to be corrosive when it comes to the real environment. And even it gives you the stoichiometry, which is very, very important when it comes to chemistry experiments. And here it allows you that this is pure concentrated HCl, is extremely corrosive, and releases toxic HCl gas. So this means in real lab, this is going to give a very negative impact. So now you are aware that you cannot try this kind of experiment in the outside lab. So this is all about RAINOLab, and I went from Python to what you see here as the AI assistant. So this has been created using Python, the one that I used to explain to you how to do it here. So we came from here to build an intelligent AI right here. So that is how you can move from structure to intelligence. So in order for you to save your experience and keep on coming back and see your progress, you need to sign up here. You need to sign up, which is simple. To have an account, you can have a free account or you can pay an account. So here is where the authentication happens. And also if you want something else to be done, or there's a feedback you want to give, here is the place where you can put your feedback. So here, if you have an account, the good thing is this: the AI can also track you and recommend what is good, where you are, and tell you what you can do next. For instance, here it tells me that I've already dipped into chemistry, physics, microbiology, and biology. Now let us really dig into the foundation of life itself, exploring cell structure. So AI guides me on what experiments to do next. So this is all about RhinoLab, and this RhinoLab is powered by this, what I taught you guys, the HTML, this simple HTML, the Python, and also C#. So we came from structure to intelligence, and that is how code now powers modern research. So as I told you, you don't need to become a programmer, an intensive programmer, in order for you to create a tool. You can just utilize the way you reason right now to explore these tools in order for you to create a solution that will impact your society. If you have an expertise in anything else, you can use coding to make that expertise mobile and available for everyone. So understanding computation changes how you think. This is something that is very crucial. So once you know how to compute, you know how to think logically, then convert those logics into a language that you can use to create a product like RhinoLab. So here you should remember, you're not learning code, you're learning to translate your thoughts into system. So that is all from my end. If you want to access that digital lab, you can scan this QR code here, or you can write RhinoLab Tech. And these are my social media handles. This is the social media handle for RhinoLab, for Instagram, and this one is for LinkedIn. And if you're interested in how I demystify science using storytelling, then you can go view also Miss Bexbars, both in IG and YouTube, and this is my personal account. So if you have questions, please shoot them to me right now. This is the right time. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you so much, madam, for excellent presentation. I would like to invite the question. If you have any question, this is the time to ask. Okay. Any question? I see the hand. I can see the hand from you.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much for a good constructive presentations from Madam Caroline Mwasigala. Actually, most of issues we have gained from the presentations, and this makes more happy because we fulfilled everything that was needed actually in hands-on coding. Although she has challenges on the tools that she was using on table. So that challenge has been solved in many ways, because we have just had a progress on sessions and we have completed yet. So thank you very much. Actually, I would now invite the moderator to continue just finalizing it, because we said we have to end up our morning cluster at 12 o'clock, and now we have just 12 o'clock past 2. So probably we can add up 3 to 5 minutes, and then we have to finalize our discussions because we should have a listing, then we should prepare for the evening session. So moderator, up to you. Just go with time, allow people to speak, to ask questions if there is, and then go to finalize for the time of listing. Thank you.
Okay, I can see the hand from Joachim. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. Nilikuwa nimepokea swali hapa linauliza mwalimu utatoa testi. Basi my question ni kwamba kuna swali hapa ambalo nimepokea kwenye message linasema, it is possible to use AI model offline, if possible which one is the better compared to all in space requirement, hard disk and performance RAM? So that is a question through the forum. So welcome, madam, if you have any response to this question.
Sorry, Joachim, can you repeat the question?
Okay, the question is, it is possible to use AI model offline, and if it is possible, which one is better compared to all in space requirement, hard disk and performance RAM?
Sorry, I can't hear you. What did you say?
It is possible to use AI model offline, and if possible, which one can be better compared to all in space requirement, hard disk and performance RAM? So that is the question it's all about.
Okay, so that is a very good question. Yes, it is possible to use AI models offline, but it's going to need a lot of resources, computer resources. So for instance, me, I usually use the cloud ones. So to answer your questions, in order for you to know the AI model that is very good or conducive to certain computer resources and also to use offline, then I would advise you to Google that, because for me, because of my resources and my computer, I prefer to use more cloud-based AI models because they use a lot of GPU that I currently don't have in my computer, a lot of processing power. So to be like 100% right, I cannot advise you, or I cannot answer that directly, but I would advise you to use platforms like Google in order for you to search for that. But I think there are ways in which AI models like cloud or the one that TikTok gave out can be utilized in the offline environment. I hope that can direct you on how to go to know the answer of what kind of model is useful offline and based on what resources, amount of the resources. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you. I'm satisfied with your answers. Back to you, Farhat. If you see some message or anyone at the forum, welcome.
Okay, I don't send me any question here, but to invite you, chief moderator, or Moffat, to say anything so that we can go for the break.
Okay, thank you. Basi kabla tujasema chochote, kabla sijaukaribisha Mr. President, naomba nitoe zawadi ya pili, na hii inaenda kwa mtandao wa Vodacom. Kwa hiyo baada ya kupata zawadi, basi nitakukaribisha Mr. Moses uweze wind up. Na sasa tupo katika mtandao wa Vodacom. Please be fast, like HTML ambao tumefundishwa, tumeona namna ya LearnLab inavyofanya kazi. Nilikuwa nazungusha pendulum bob hapa. Asante sana madam, nilikuwa sijui hicho kitu. Kwa hiyo naenda kutaja sasa namba. Hii ni mtandao wa Vodacom. Naanza namba ya kwanza ni 5 8 1 5 2 5 9 9 1 2 0 4 8. Ukipata zawadi yako naomba show reaction, tuandikie message au raise up a hand. Hiyo ni mtandao wa Vodacom. Karibu Mr. Moses. Naomba nipate reaction kwa ambaye ameweza kupata zawadi hiyo ya voucher. Naona hamna aliye show reaction. Narudia tena, mtandao wa Vodacom. Nataja tena namba 5 8 1 5 2 5 9 9 1 2 0 4 8. Karibu aliyepata aweze kushow reaction kwamba amepata zawadi hiyo ya Mr. Moses.
Okay. Yes. Well, do you hear me?
Yes. Tunakusikia mubashara.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, my appreciations for this cluster that we are going to finalize this time around. So thank you very much for the time, for the chance. First of all, I would like to take a chance to thank you all the participants who joined this time around, and this was the second morning cluster. So actually going to timetable here, all morning clusters have already finished, so we had a tech and then so someone, can you mute your mic? Kindly mute your mic.
Now, Shadi, can you mute?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So during the morning sessions, we had two sessions, and we have already covered them. So we are going for break, and then after break, we are going to have the evening session. And the evening sessions will be on data analysis and digital skills. That will be much on Excel and Power BI. That will be facilitated by Benedicta Agara and moderator Lahoma Saleh from Zanzibar and Tiagala from Nigeria. We are going to have these sessions. And then we'll have a night of innovations later on. So for this time around, as again, on behalf of the other partners, actually thank you very much, all presenters of the morning sessions, Madam Zulfa Rajabu and the second presenter, Caroline Masigala. You did your job. You did the good and the wonderful presentations today. We gained a lot of issues relating to technology. Actually, it was not a voice for girls and young women. This was the voice for everyone who joined here, including women. So the one who we benefit from it is not only women. So thank you very much, you all women, for what you did. Actually, women also, we benefit from it. So thank you very much. And your presentations have been structured by considering all the genders, although the missions was for you, but actually we thank you very much. But the mostly also appreciations on behalf of the partners to moderators. Actually, I'm very happy and very proud for you moderators. You did your good job. You are very charming. You were so good in making people interact and engagement. So thank you very much. Just kuwapa maua yenu. You are the best actually. So tuwakaribishe tena for the evening session, and this time around let us go and take some brief, including chakula cha mchana and the other issues, and then let us meet at 16:30 to 18:00 evening, where we are going to start our session immediately from there. and then it will make us to be more better and accomplish the first day. So thank you very much, all the best, and have a nice time for a while, and let us meet at that time. So inclusively, we are very happy and see you once a time. Wow, something forgotten. The link will be the same. So let us continue sharing the link for the next session. The link will be the same. And all the social media where we have been actively and live will be the same. Nothing gonna change on the link and the other perspectives. So let us continue sharing. We will stop for some times, and then we are going to continue with the same link and all other modalities. Yeah, sure.